Aloha everyone, Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com. Pretty decent session overall for the stock market on Thursday. The good news is that the market is always about follow through, following yesterday's technical distribution because we were down on above average volume, but it was an overall good down day because we had tails on all of the indexes, with most of them right around key support levels, like on the SPY, QQQ. So it's good to see these things bounce when they do bounce. Now, that being said, today's up session came, of course, with lower below average volume. Why would it be any differently? And it doesn't matter what index or what ETF you look at, the bounce was on lighter volume. But still, good that we didn't automatically follow through in the selling, that late day reversal yesterday did hold. Good that my personal long positions did very, very, very well today. And overall, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline line is still holding up. It ticked higher again, so it's back at the upper end of this current trading range that it's in. But the mere fact that this thing is not rolling over and completely breaking down gives me hope that if we can just keep hopefully chopping around from August to September, we can have an amazing final 3 months of the trading year. And if you want the gains now, I got to make money right now. Knock it off. Calm down. You're not supposed to try to get rich right now here, swing trading and end of day trend following trading. If you want to try to get rich right now, you can go ahead and try to day trade like everybody else in HMNY. Some of these horror stories that I'm seeing, when they could simply subscribe to BigWaveTrading.com and save themselves a nightmare. Just to let you guys know, in the 10 years that I've been in business, I do no marketing, no promoting. However, I've never once received an email, thanks to your pick, I've lost all of my money. I read a story about some guy lost $190,000. It's turned into $200 with him trying to buy HMNY the whole way down. Never going to happen here. So with all that being said, be careful here as we move throughout August, September. Small measure position, tight stops, which then takes me to my intraday stops. We can see quite clearly all the it looks like all the limit orders from yesterday filled, but this is a tricky one. See that HWCC? So in fair disclosure, I was attempting to buy 800 shares of HWCC. I got filled on 6. So this, what you see right here, is with 6 shares. We'll see if the rest get filled. I really doubt it. They flew. Everything worked today except for the hedge, but I don't want the hedges to work. That's why they're hedges. They're not outright short positions, so everything's good. Profit stop, profit stop, profit stop, profit stop, sell stop, profit stop, profit stop. Oh no, they became sell stop. Some small tiny losses. One big flush. 1, 2, 3. Profit stop, sell stop, sell stop, sell stop, sell stop. So, but all of these, this one small loss, this one a little bit larger than a small loss, but still below what I would consider an average size loss that I would be okay with taking, which is right around $500, well below that. IMMP small loss, AMRH very small loss. So as you can see with these stops here, extremely orderly session. Remember, 9:30 is 9:30. 9 o'clock is 2 p.m. So as you can see, in the final hour, only one stop, and in the final 3 hours, actually 3.5 hours, only 4 stops in 3 stocks, while the market rolled over. So perfect session overall. 0 complaints on my end. Excellent breadth in my holdings. Now, sell signals. There's only 2 end of day sell signals. Clear cut. I'm already out of OBSV. I can't remember when I was not completely out, but I'm 100% sure it's somewhere around here when it maybe violated these lows, because it just went nowhere for a long time. So I may have had some, maybe a stop here. I can't remember anymore, but I'm pretty sure this is the flush out day. On an end of day basis, 3 lower highs, 3 lower lows, closing below the 200-day moving average after completely rolling over on heavier volume. 100% full sell signal from the long signal right here, -4% loss. And then MJCO was already a 50% end of day sell signal. I was knocked out of half of it intraday yesterday when it moved below these lows right here, and moved half my stop to here, final stop here. Intraday, it took them both out. By the close, it is a 100% sell signal. And now, with everything that went orderly today, MJCO and OBSV is it. 2 100% sell signals, 0 50% sell signals. As you saw, very few intraday stops. And now, with the market consolidating, boom, the long positions are starting to explode. I'm just going to go through each one in no particular order, just in the order that they came in my scans and I marked them. LXFR was flagged in my Can Slim scan, not confirmed anywhere else. It's extended from its 20-day moving average, so 0.5% of my account capital, limit order 2057. First cut loss level right there, 1985, then 1950, my second. I'll have a third at 1844 and a final one at 1771. Like I said, LXFR was not confirmed anywhere. Then the next one to flag, WWE. Once again, this is one of my favorite stocks out there for obvious reasons. The stock sports a 96 composite rating, has a 99 Can Slim rating, and a 99 relative strength rating. This stock flagged in my Can Slim scan, was confirmed in my Perfect Speculator scan. I'm adding to it 1% of my account capital. Once again, I'm increasing the size. It's supposed to be 0.75%, but I like the pattern, and I see the low risk in it. Earnings are out of the way. I'm going to push a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. 79.40 is going to be my limit order on this one. 79.40, the high of the day. My first cut loss level right there on this ad, 76.60. And then for now, I'm only going to give you this stop level, 73.59, as what I want you guys to use as your final stop. But if you know how I operate, you know how much I like accumulation in green bop on the chart, I'm sure you can pretty much guess where my stops are that are below these levels. However, for safety reasons, this level and this level is all I want anyone to pay attention to on this ad signal. And then FCN, another ad signal. Once again, just like WWE, high quality Can Slim stock. That's where it was flagged as an ad signal, just like WWE. FCN was also confirmed in my Perfect Speculator scan. So just like WWE, FCN is a Can Slim quality stock and a Perfect Speculator quality stock. Huge volume surge. You can see the surge in the BOP. With WWE, even though I don't have a BOP surge, it's still at a high green level. I don't even care about the volume. It's just that tight consolidation and my low risk for the huge potential reward based on that previous measure move. Same with FCN. Look at that previous measure move. My first stop level's right there. My final one's right there. So how can I pass on this one? 1% of my account capital, 77.22. First cut loss, 75.63. Final cut loss, 73.12. Then as I moved on to my Perfect Speculator scan, the only actionable signal was SMTX. Bullish hammer candlestick over candlestick pattern, heavier above average volume with a big BOP surge, pocket pivot point signal, going long, pushing it because the inherent risk to the first stop level and even to the second one is pretty low for a low price stock. So instead of 0.5, it's going to be 1% of my account capital for being Perfect Speculator. Limit order 259, the high of the day. First stop 240, final stop 229. And like with all these, the first stop level goes on either heavier volume or with losing the green BOP. I'm consolidating and raising stops immediately, no questions asked. Then I moved on to my IPO scan, where I found HYRE. It was in my IPO scan, and it was confirmed in my Max Green BOP for the past 5 days scan. Really like how much green is in this IPO chart. You don't get too many IPO charts that start off with this much green in their first 3 months. It's because you need at least 15 days of data before BOP starts jumping. Thank you tickets for figuring that one out. But the other reason is just because it's very rare. Normally they're noisy and they have a lot of distribution. This one just the opposite. Since that volume bar there, no selling, more accumulation, now appears to be coiling higher. So since it's in the IPO, Max Green BOP scan, 1.5% of my account capital, limit order 298, first cut loss 270. Final cut loss, I don't know if it's this low or the other low. It's this low, 249 with HYRE. Then XHE, I moved on to my ETF scan, and that's where I got XHE. I want to open up this price bar. Open for me. There it is. So XHE is in my ETF scan, my price volume BOP surge scan, and then my green BOP for 20-day scan. So that's 1, 1.5, 2% of my account capital. We finally have a $10,000 long position. Yay. In XHE, And the reason why we can start pushing capital in that one is because the risk is extremely low if I'm wrong compared to the previous measure move. If I even just do this leg right here, 14% potential gain to this loss right here, right around 3%. So once again, we're looking at over that right around that 5-to-1 reward risk ratio, and that's just using just a little bit of that previous measure move. So 2% of my account capital in XHE, limit order 81.81, first cut loss level right there, 80.49. I think I'm actually using that low. That's 80. Nope. You know what? This one's must have had a dividend adjustment or something in it. And so I've been using the stockcharts.com numbers. Ignore the numbers that you see on this chart. Something must be wrong here. I'm going to have to go look at it in more detail because I have written down 80.49 and then 78.64. But no matter what, it's this low right here, and then it's this low right there for XHE as my final sell stop. Then moving on, NRC, another ad signal. Now, I know BOP slightly going the other way, and I know volume was lower today, but that tight consolidation pattern, can slim quality stock, also in my green BOP for the past 20-day scam. So NRC, want to definitely add to it, especially since I was shaken out of a quarter of that initial long position right here, the very, not the very next day, but the second day after I got long. I believe that's right. Yep, the second day after I got long. So NRC, 0.75% of my account capital, limit order 38. And for this one, first cut loss level for the ad signal, 37.15. Final cut loss, 36.75. And finally, the last long signal, NOMD. This flagged in my tertiary scan. NRC obviously is canceling, but came from my green bot for the past 20-day scan. NOMD flagged in my tertiary scan. Upon further review, it's clearly can slim quality, earnings winner, so I want to get long 0.75% of my account capital, limit order 1976, since it's slightly extended from its 20-day moving average, but it's right there by its 50. So 1976, first cut loss, sorry, I had to look at it, 1927, final cut loss 1834. And then really quick before I go, end of day 20% sell signals, already have them written down, EHTH. This thing gapped up by just a few cents and has run without me. But if you got filled, let's say you used a market order, I want you to sell 20% at the open. And then CAMT is triggering a 20% extremely overbought RSI sell signal. And in the morning, that's a 51% gain. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your Thursday evening. I'll see you in the chat room on Friday. Aloha.